It still looks for everything like a Cold War standoff. Russian ships dock in Georgia's breakaway region Abkhazia to an enthusiastic welcome. Yesterday, the Kremlin recognized their independence. And today, NATO asked Russia to change its mind. That looked unlikely. And there was similar fanfare for American ships delivering aid to Georgia proper at the port of Batumi. They changed direction at the last minute to avoid getting too close to Russians occupying another port. Despite more military posturing, the West today appeared almost coordinated over Russia.
The president of Russia has said he is not afraid of a new Cold War. We don't want a new Cold War. And he has a big responsibility not to start one.
He was in the Ukraine, another Russian neighbour whose president here campaigns on joining NATO, who's been shaken by the invasion of Georgia.
Any nation could be next, any country. In that sense, we see the need as soon as possible to join the pan-European collective defence system.
In Kiev and across Europe, consistent signals to the Kremlin that it's time for the rhetoric to cool.
I've talked to the Russian president again today. I have reiterated that the six-point peace plan regrettably has not been fulfilled, particularly with the Russian troops in Poti and other checkpoints. I made clear why we have condemned the recognition of Abkhazia and South Ossetia, also in coordination with the French presidency.
L'accord de cessez-le-feu en 6 points du 12 août.
The ceasefire agreement bears the signature of the Russian president, the Georgian president and mine, and must be applied in its entirety. I'll say it tonight to President Medvedev. Military forces which still haven't withdrawn must move without delay.
Russia was noticeably quieter today, saying it might even accept more of these international monitors in the conflict zone. The West has criticised in words only so far, but would Moscow really want to provoke NATO and its allies into action? Russia has more at stake in Ukraine than the warships currently mixing with NATO vessels. Ukrainian pipelines carry its gas to much of the European market. A new pipeline will carry Russian gas straight to Germany and perhaps on to Britain. But these fixed pipelines mean Russia needs happy European clients as much as Europe needs its gas. The Russian stock exchange sank 6% yesterday when Moscow backed independence for South Ossetia and Abkhazia, and its elite have billions abroad, and they want foreign investment and expertise to revamp its energy infrastructure. Now that's going to be harder to do if the West imposes some sort of financial sanctions. After the chaotic Yeltsin years, much of Vladimir Putin's popularity has stemmed from returning to Russia some sort of international respectability, and that would be severely damaged if, as some want, Russia were thrown out of the G8. That would really take the shine off the Kremlin's newfound authoritarian cool paraded here at election celebrations. The White House moments ago said Russia was, quote, being very short-sighted over Georgia. Now the West seems to be speaking in concert, if not together. The question is whether Russia feels it's made its point and can now contemplate taking tanks and gunboats out of its diplomacy.